Okay, great. So I am on live and I hope you can all hear me. And I'm just going to check with my on recording on my Facebook page just to make sure that it is actually on live. And I've got multiple devices going on at the same time. Okay, so I'll just take it as though that at some point over my Facebook page, I am going to come on live. But as you're checking in and logging in, do feel free as well to just let me know who you are and where you're checking in from. So I arranged this live session purposefully to also make a commitment to myself and to connect with like-minded women in advance. And if there's any chance joining in as well, do feel free as well to let me know where you're checking in from. So as you can see, let me just
arranged this live session purposefully.
Okay, so that was my Facebook. So I'm like recording in 2 places or 3 places at once. So this is something quite interesting. So I'll also be monitoring comments to see who's actually logging in. So let me know let me know where you're checking in from, which location. And I'm seeing a comment. Oh, I'm seeing plenty of comments saying hello, hello. So I can name a few: Wilson, Saranj, Hedge, Kwesi, Vishal. There's quite a few people on here saying hello. So hello, everybody. So my name is Chico Matenda, and if I'll be looking in 2 or 3 directions trying to record this. Let me just see if I can move. Much better. I'm in camera. So my name is Chico Matenda, and I'm based in the UK. And I am a lifestyle business coach, as well as a digital marketing strategist. And what I normally talk about, excuse my plant in the back, it is dying. It is in need of help. So anybody who's on this live session that can share some tips about how to treat plants, let me know. Yeah, so what I usually talk about is, let me not show that poor, look at the plant. Okay, let me be serious. What I usually talk about is lifestyle business design. And also I talk about mindset shifts. Those are the key essential things in any type of business to become familiar with. Mindset especially is one of the essential bits about our lifestyle business that most people tend to forget, that we need to also work with our mind. If anything, that's what will make you successful in entrepreneurship. It's not about the systems, getting that correct. Yes, it's important, but ultimately the tester in your business will be you as an individual. And also as you learn to become in a leadership role as well, because whether we like it or not, becoming an entrepreneur is also about leadership. Okay, so let me regroup and just say that if you're logging in, do feel free to introduce yourself. And then I am gonna grab if you see behind me, there's my notes there. That's actually my vision board. My vision board, which is also handy to have in business. So the key topics that I want to share with you today is, so I started to talk about how it's essential to be quite clear in terms of your mindset, but I'm going to also give you like some tips in terms about what's changing within digital marketing. And then I'm also going to share with you 5 to 6 tips on the key of having a lifestyle business as well. Okay, so when I started sharing, I went like on Periscope, I shared as well that I had to switch my state of mind to hop on this live session so that I could be with you all. In my other live sessions, I talk about how I developed a chronic pain condition known as fibromyalgia. So just half an hour before I even hopped on here, I was feeling like, oh my, am I actually going to be able to do this? Is my mind in the right state? How will I show up? So I am pleased that I've still made the commitment to show up for you all. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you. So just in terms of the topic itself, lifestyle business design, what is it in particular? What is it if you don't know about it? For me, what a lifestyle business just means that you're able to fulfill your life purpose in life. You're able to follow your life vision. So you're able to walk in, you're seeing it, you're visualizing it, and you're being purposeful in life. So any decision that you make, any choices that you make is based on your life vision. And that's it. So it should be simple, but it's not exactly simple, because most people who start an online business, they don't think about it from the perspective of a lifestyle business. They go from being an employee, or they go from being a small business owner with a brick and mortar business, thinking that they can apply the same model online. And yes, you can apply it, but what happens is that you go into the online business with an operational mindset, rather than thinking on a strategic level. That the reason you're leaving your 9-to-5 job, for instance, is to be able to fulfill your life vision, to have a work-life balance. Okay, so when you're going online, it's thinking about being very, very clear about designing a lifestyle business so that you don't end up feeling like you're trapped in another 9-to-5 business. And it can easily become that. You can easily become focused on operational duties, which are not necessarily income producing tasks. Then you'll find that as the time goes, you're not earning the income that you were expecting. So if any of the things that I'm saying to you are making any sense, do feel free as well to interact. Press like, let me know that you're also there as well. So just in terms of the business itself, it's thinking about, I was just switching on for my business. So it's just thinking about your life vision, thinking about your purpose and reason why, and then also your core values and life passion in life. Okay, so when I say vision, it's thinking about, let's say, 6 months, 12 months, a year or 2 years from now. What do you see yourself doing? You know, what do you see? Can you visualize yourself doing from a day-to-day basis? That means that you are being able to fulfill your life purpose. The more you see it clearly and vividly, the better. And then also when you can take it up a step beyond that, where your vision becomes something that you also want to be able to give back to a greater purpose. So a greater purpose beyond you. Okay, so when you think about a greater purpose beyond you, the likelihood is that you will minimize thinking about or being motivated by money. Okay, like most people, not, I shouldn't be saying most people, but some people, they tend to think about, or their motivating factor is, first, let's get online and let's make money as soon as possible. And the reality of it is that the more you focus on making money, the likelihood is that your prospective clients will notice it from a mile off, and they are likely to run off as well. Okay, so if you see me moving my even if you are a small business owner that mainly focuses on physical products. Why you want to be able to do that is because digital marketing has become a lucrative industry, and it's also a means of being able to easily transfer information, the easiest communication means as well. And it's in billions. Unfortunately, I didn't get like the data, but it is in billions. I would say 10 million, but I would be exaggerating. Okay, so it is in billions. That's all we need to know. And that in itself says a lot about where the industry is going. So it's showing that it's peaking. Okay, so when I talk about digital, we are now communicating on a digital platform. Okay, so how much easier can it get to be able to communicate like this? So the statistics that I looked at in digital marketing just before I got on here were that people spend more time nowadays online on social media platforms or any other, like YouTube as well as an example, any other platforms aside from like TV. So the increase is going up. And in terms of TV, it's dipping. Okay, not a lot of people are propping up in front of their TV because now on the internet, it's been made so much easier, or there's all these hubs that have been made easier to keep us there. Okay, even like with Amazon, you can get TV on there. Live session. So I'm trying to connect as lively as possible. I'm gonna take a sip. I don't know what you usually drink, but mine is sparkling water, lemon, and ginger. Okay, so so that first one was just being mindful that more and more people, for you as a business owner, to know that more people are spending time online, and also being familiar with which platforms are they spending their time on. Then also users are visiting websites through digital remarketing. So that means that people are being retargeted either from like social media platforms, within social media platforms, or online through Google Ads or Google searches. And 70% are most likely to convert into buying customers. Okay, so that's a high percentage. So especially if you've got like a digital marketing business and you've got a website, you don't even need to have a digital marketing business, but it's just about having a website that is actually active, engaging, and then you have the digital aspect of it in assisting you to be able to automate your business so that you're able to signpost or redirect your customers onto your website. Okay, so by 2020, and this is based in the UK, at least 72% of all UK online will be spent via mobile. 72%, only 30% will not be on mobile. So why that's essential as well is that when you're creating your marketing for your business, even if you're like mainly an offline business, it's knowing that when you create ads, they're focused on your customers who are mainly going to be on mobile. So it's making your ads more mobile friendly as well. Okay, so that helps. And then there's over 60 million blogs posted on WordPress alone. Okay, so 60 million, that's a significant number. So these statistics I got from saw online, should you ever need to reference them. And I also like to recognize people who have actually done the groundwork on my behalf. Okay, so those are good statistics. What I do once in a while, especially being very passionate and interested in the digital marketing world, is that I do this research just to find out what's happening. So as a business owner, it's also important to know what's going on, not only in the digital marketing world, but what's going on in your niche market, and being like well informed through going through professional networking events, or also just logging in online and doing the research, which doesn't even take really a long time. Okay, so in terms of digital marketing tips, as I mentioned before, it's an industry that's worth a bit. Okay, so I wrote 5 tips that you can walk away, hopefully, to help you start the business. But these are just things that I notice when I'm online, and I think, I could give a few tips. So the first one that I thought about, do you give me a second as well? Okay. So the first one that I thought about was about social media platforms. Okay, so ensuring that your social media platforms, personal profiles are okay. What do that is that if you are in any community groups, which is a growing trend as well, especially on Facebook, is more and more promoting that. When you connect with people in communities, online and offline, we've moved away from the time when business cards were popular. Okay, so I don't print any papers anymore. I just look at it as a waste of resource. I don't know how many of you have actually maximized or contacted people and remembered when you met with them, when you have business cards. I tend to forget. So the best way to remember is just by having an up-to-date profile, which talks about your services that you're providing, so that you're not missing the opportunity of potential customers gravitating towards your business as well. Okay, so it gives them the opportunity at a one-stop just to glance over to see how they can help you, how you might be able to help them. And then having a link as well. I've seen some profiles where people forget that a link is also handy. So when adding a link to your website or to your landing page, or to where you have like an e-commerce website, so that people just easily click and are able to connect with what you have to offer and to learn a little bit more as well. And if you're a coach, consultant, a project manager, then having like a booking link also helps. So like on my business page, I have links that I've got like an appointment link as well. So that's point number 1, and that's quite extensive information. So being seen online, this again pertains to your profile. Okay, so when I talk social media platforms and as well as professional profiles. Nowadays, it's essential to for your business to revitalize, be innovative, and part of that means that not being afraid to be seen. Even if it's once in a while, rather than hiding behind quotes, easily posting things that are not engaging with people that are copied and pasted from elsewhere, so that people get to know more and more about who you are as a business owner and what you have to offer as well. So even if it's just things that your team has accomplished, then it's quite helpful for it to be on either your business profile, or if you're using your personal profile, which we're not meant to be doing, but at least you can have signposting to your business on your personal profile, so that at least people get to know who you are. So, and also just to let you know, I am also quite transparent with this. Often, I don't add people on if I don't know who they are. Okay, so if I see like one or two pictures, I think, I don't really know who you are. So I don't really tend to add. I want to know a little bit more about that individual. And also it gives me an idea of whether we can connect or not. Just a little bit of an idea. And there's also lots of like fake profiles online as well. So that's why I'm mindful of that. Being seen was number 2. Then community groups I talked about, which is number 3, is also something that's developing more and more, and it's going to grow. So it's thinking about, do you want to develop your own community? And if you do, it's being strategic in how you do it, because it is it can be resource intensive. So knowing what your vision and your purpose is for that group, rather than just leaving it stagnant and just for the sake of opening one, so that at least you can also be able to maximize on offering value and being able to also gain some returns from it as well. So now that's number 3. Then number 4, I've already touched on a little bit. It's about specializing in your niche market. So knowing what are the key specific topics or subjects from your niche market that you need to be informed of, and if you've got a team as well, so that you can keep reinventing yourself, innovating, and also developing as the economy changes as well. It helps so that you're not lagging behind. Then number 5 is about automating your business. Which is essential. And I mentioned in the beginning, actually, this is the last one. So I talked about in the beginning was about automating your business. So this is where digital marketing comes in handy. You want to be able to automate your business so that you have more of a strategic view. So when you automate your business, that means that you're able to scale it much more easier. Rather than doing everything yourself, you have some parts of it being operated technically. So that is, for instance, like email responders, setting automated responders on some of your business messengers as well. That helps. Just letting people know that you're going to be there, you're going to respond to their message soon. So you don't have to be copying and pasting and changing things like all the time. So the things that you do all the time that are operational is thinking about how can you automate that process, or how can you teach somebody else the process so that you as a business owner can continue to focus on the strategic parts of your business. Okay, so I'll also end off with a sales funnel, and I'll probably I will talk about it in the next live session. So a customer acquisition process, which is a sales funnel as well. Having that automated will do you massive favor. Okay, so because being online, that's it. You want to be able to have a work balance lifestyle. You also want to be able to have a process that takes your customers through a journey of knowing who you are, so that in the background, you're developing a know, like, and trust relationship with them. Okay, because what happens is with, I've got 5 minutes. So with ads, what tends to happen is that when you put ads out there, which was another thing I was going to talk about in automating your business, ads management is something else to know. So when you put ads out there, and people often expect that just because somebody pressed a like or made a comment, then that means that they're going to be a customer. No, not exactly. That person who pressed a like or made a comment could be a customer a year later. Okay, so where your sales funnel or customer acquisition process, as it's known, comes in handy is that you can be able to capture your audience or your prospective clients through opt-in pages. So it's them opting into something so that you can keep communication, which goes on. You can set autoresponders for a week on end, a month. Then that way it's easier for you to develop a list that's of a social media website, that's of a website as well, and that's where your main income will come from ultimately. Okay, and from the ad as well, from ads in marketing. All right, so that is what I wanted to share with you and cover today. It has been, I hope you have found the information of value, and I also want to share across that entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not for everybody, but the thing that keeps people going, especially if you choose that this is something you ultimately want to do, is what I talked about in the beginning, and that was to always focus on your life vision. And that's what will help you steer in the right direction for you to continue persevering through all the challenges as well, and not to be easily enticed by new, shiny, bright objects, thinking that this is the one that's going to work, and then moving on to the next. Okay, so I covered five key tips. Excuse my cold or sore throat, whichever one it is. Okay, so I covered 5 topics as in tips. That was social media profiles being updated if you're just hopping on. Then I also noted about being seen online. Then number 3, community groups, being familiar with those for business opportunities or for developing your own. Then number 3, I talked about specializing in your business industry, being savvy and innovative and remaining in the know-how. Then number 5, have I missed one? No, actually no. So number 5 was specializing in some aspects of digital marketing, which is being able to automate so that you're working strategically rather than operational. All right, so thank you for joining me on this live session, and feel free to comment even if you hop on replay. Sharing is loving and caring. And also, I'll leave a link should you want to learn more and keep up to date with any of news in marketing that I update my inner circle in as well. So that's bye for me for now.